Hey everybody, it's your boy Old Teef here. I'm going to talk about the SKS. That's one of the newer guns from Season 3. It's free. You can get that even if you haven't bought the Battle Pass. I don't know if I recommend using it necessarily, but it is a great weapon in its own right. Let's get right into it. The SKS, as described, is a lightweight semi-auto carbine chambered in 7.62 by 39 millimeters. That's pretty big. This hard-hitting and agile Soviet rifle focuses on utility over accuracy. It flaunts a faster fire rate than other weapons in its class, but a carefully placed round will eliminate the need for follow-up shots entirely. This classic DMR has seen a lot of battles, and its unique gunsmith configurations reflect a diverse service history. That's a lot. That's a lot of description there, boy. Anyway, let's get right into it. This is my version of the SKS. I think really its strong suit is really long range, and you can challenge other snipers with this thing. And you have a higher fire rate, so you can keep them suppressed. And when they peek, you can pop off a headshot on them and break their armor. And more often than not, they're going to hide on you for an extended period of time, and you can either run, or you can just try to reposition and see if you can catch them peeking again. But they're going to have a slight advantage on you. Once it's gotten to that point, I would recommend no longer pursuing it. But if you catch them by surprise or they're awfully persistent, then they're probably going to get caught up. 2-3 shots, done. I have a few examples of this in a long-range situation, so let's take a look at those clips right now.
Enemy dropping into the AO. Enemy UAV overhead. Enemy soldier incoming.
So as you can see, this weapon has a lot of kick. It's hard to fire fast and accurate, but you know, if you take your time a little bit, these shots are not hard to hit. I have my sensitivity on 19, which is basically almost insane. And I'm still able to hit some really far shots with this thing. It's just a little bit more difficult. You can use a 7x scope or whatever that is. I think it's 7x magnification. That would be really awesome, but you know, the sacrifice is that you're not going to have the mid-range battles being quite as easy. I was able to take some guys out that rushed me, and that's because this thing is still decent up close. Hip fire is good, and if you're running the canted hybrid, you can always switch to like a reflex, and you're going to be all good, you know. So you have the option. But here's a few clips of this gun actually doing a great job close up.
Soldier incoming. Enemy UAV up there. Soldier incoming.
You go down.
Okay, so that was the SKS. This is a great gun. It's not the OP gun of the meta currently, but it's still awesome. If you're going to use it as support, it's an amazing long-range and mid-range rifle, and it can do the close-up. If you really want to use this thing like a, you know, hip fire and pull out super fast type of gun, you do have the option of running the sawed-off stock. You can use a reflex, go with the Ranger underbarrel, and use the shortest barrel, which is definitely not the 22-inch. And you can still stick with the monolithic suppressor. And I mean, this gun's decent, but it was a hard grind, man. With no attachments, this gun is just not good. I'm gonna go throw that out there. I had a feeling it might not be any good at all, but over time, when I got used to it, you can do a lot of cool stuff with this gun. There was some things that had me really surprised, and it's a fun gun to play around with. It's really loud if you have no suppressor. This thing attracts a lot of attention, so I recommend suppressor almost no matter what. But The sound of this gun is pretty awesome, and man, it sounds like, you know, death's coming when you play around with this thing. So anyway, guys, thank you. Please subscribe. Please drop me a like. And hey, have a great time. Peace out, guys.